Good morning to you. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra program this morning, Thursday. The week is rolling. A very short while we'll hit the road. How are you? My name is Sijama.
So that people don't go against the ethics of the office of the traditional rulers in Anambra State.
Okay. So what your advice to some political jobbers that have capitalize on this to start running campaign of calumny on the state government?
Well, for me, I think because I have an ideology about politics, I don't play politics with events happening around me. I play politics of ideology. If I want to run for a governorship, for instance, in Anambra State, I will know what I have in mind that maybe the former government has not done that I will do best. So for me, the throning, suspension of traditional rulers did not start in Anambra State. And the fact remains that the current governor is not the first governor that has suspended or expelled traditional rulers. You know it happened in the past administration. So this is not the first time. And Emir of Kano was also dethroned. If you go to Ogun State, Adeleke is even planning to fire about 3 traditional rulers. So, but this is where the traditional institution has placed themselves. Because some of them has, get themselves deep into politics. And when you play politics with traditional institution, the politician will also play politics with you. So this is not the first time it has happened. So people who are thinking or people who felt they can do politics with it should find another thing. It is not necessary. We don't need to hit all the politics because maybe we felt that it's opportunity that we can cash in and then begin to talk. If you want to contest for governor of Anambra State, you tell us what you would do best. The ideology of your party, what you are going to bring to the table, and not telling us that this happened, that happened, because whatever that has happened now has happened before. So this is not the first time it has happened. So I don't think there's any reason why people should politicize that and then try to make something out of it. It is not necessary. We don't need to hit up the politics. This is our state, and we don't want the tension to be high. All
right. Thank you. Yes, the state government has invested a lot in the education, especially with the free education that is trending in the state. And now Mr. Soludo is seeking increased funding for education. Perhaps we'll get to a stage whereby even the school uniforms and the exercise book and whatever you need as a child to be educated in Anambra State will be provided for you. What do you think?
Well, also the governor's wife is actually doing her best with her projects, her pet project, the healthy living, Soludo and healthy living, and education is the bedrock of every nation. And Anambra State is a home of great men, intellectuals. So I think what the government needs to do at every given time is what they are doing now or what they want to do. Because every child should have access to education. It is very important that we give them access to education. If we have to leave every other thing to educate Anambra children or the youth, I think it's big investment because it's an investment that will pay a lot in the future. So I urge the government and other individuals to also key into what the governor's wife is proposing, because if actually she goes into it and then perfect her plan in conjunction with the state government, then individuals from Anambra State should also align with that idea so that our children can have access to education. And it will be a thing of joy when a parent's only duty will be to bathe his or her kids in the morning to go to school, because everything has been provided by the government, both the school uniform, the textbooks, the notebooks, and all the basic things that they need to acquire education. So it's a welcome development.
Okay, thank you very much. The last story we have coming from our website is about Anambra State government commending State Fire Service for prompt response to Valuation House fire outbreak. I think they're doing a good work.
The fire,
Fire
fire
service.
service chief, Engineer Billy Martin, is a great guy. You know, he deserves whatever is coming to him, especially the good things, because he always responds on time. It comes on time. You know, there has been outbreak of fire in the state. I know the one that happened recently. It was in the morning. You know, I placed a call on him, and he responded quickly and quenched the fire. So he has been doing a very wonderful job in Anambra State, and I want to urge our people to keep on supporting him, the fire service, and also want to appeal to the government of Anambra State, an individual, philanthropists from Anambra State, to support the fire service, because they need every support to acquire modern equipment to enable them, give proper services to the people of Anambra State.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's now get to the front pages of the available newspapers we have this morning to see what's trending also. The first paper this morning is the Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard newspaper, on the front page we have Plateau, government defy curfew, kill over 30, and then raise houses. I don't know what's going on in Plateau State. A group alleges compromised by security agencies. And then ending insecurity, our cardinal agenda. This is coming from Shettima, the vice president. Other stories coming from the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Relief coming with more forests, reduced inflation, CBN, NESG. Okay. Money laundering charge, Obiano pleads not guilty, gets bail. No plan to move federal capital to Lagos presidency. Do we have another story coming from here? Okay, no. Okay, let's get to another paper, the Daily Trust newspaper now. And directly under the name templates, Ondo governor picks ex-NASDAQ clerk as deputy, dissolves Akeredolu's cabinet. Shettima, Sultan, Abdul Salami, others prefer solutions to insecurity in North. 21st Daily Trust Dialogue, okay, we got this one. And then the banner headline here says, Plateau crisis, pregnant woman gives birth in open. Wow. And then children missing as death toll rises to 43, JNIMDA. Christian, Muslim leaders point fingers at security agents. And then we are working hard to restore peace. This is coming from the Plateau government. I wonder how hard you're working when you are busy playing local politics, who stays in the your House of Assembly or who goes. Even at the governorship state, I don't really know what's going on in Plateau State. Okay, Daily Independent is our next paper this morning. CBN governor hints on reduction in petrol price and then inflation. Okay. Assures ongoing reforms will bring positive outcomes. Then says Naira currently undervalued. First to stabilize this year. Okay, when you keep increasing prices of everything, what do you expect? Hyperinflation. Okay, Abdul Salami urges multifaceted approach to insecurity in the north. Other stories coming from here. PSC appoints Galadanshi, DIG, promotes 1,897 senior police officers. Other school. 8 aspirants battle for Edo PDP governorship tickets. And down here, alleged 4 billion naira fraud, Obiano arraigned, trial begins March 4th. Police to go after LGBTQ members in Nigeria. Tinubu travels to France on private visit. Okay, it's a long time we had him travel. Okay, let's start talking first before we get to other papers. We started with Vanguard and what is going on in Plateau State. Is it still the ethnic cleansing as usual?
Well, it's not far from that because it has continued for over the years. And from what I'm seeing, the governor is helpless. And, the presidency are also not helping matter because just like that group accused the security agencies of,
Okay, well, okay,
sabotage.
okay. Just let me hold it there, just for a very short while. Let's take a break here. We're coming back, please.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315 or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803 388 8526 or 0806 883 9902. ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS. With delight, we bring you the light that we bear through our illustrious leaders. Our icons. Our industrious people. Our rich culture. Our places of pride. And our mouth-watering cuisine.
Okay, welcome again. Welcome again after that short break. And we have been joined by another guest. It's Chinedu Ekwono. Chinedu Ekwono is our public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir. Okay, before you came in, we have looked at 1, 2, 3, 4 newspapers and the stories that are trending therein. Yes, we are talking on what's going on in Plateau State, whether it's another round of ethnic cleansing, because I don't understand what started happening since 24th of December, and it has not abated. The security agencies have not been able to stop anybody, arrest anybody, prosecute anybody, or just to stop what's going on. And then we are wondering, they will kill and they will go and they will tell you when they are coming back. They will still come back that time and still kill and go unhindered. What exactly is going on in Plateau State? Yes, you were talking before we welcomed another person.
Well, I was saying that this has continued over the years, and the governor seems to be helpless. So even the security agencies are suspecting they've compromised, because I see no reason why this killing should continue, because it happened last 2 weeks, and it happened again, was it the day before yesterday, about 30 people that were killed. So it shows that those people are prepared and they are well organized, and it seems they are more powerful than the government of Plateau State. So, and as a Nigeria, as a patriotic Nigeria, I want to appeal to the presidency to, intervene, quick intervention, because enough of this "I will." The government will say "I will," "we will," and all these things. They need to go into action, because those people dying, they are human beings, and they have no reason to die if there is government Because the duty of the government is to protect the life and properties of the citizen. And now, just within this year, we have lost about 300 or going to 300 people just in one local government or so. So it's not something to to just look at sit down. The government, especially the federal government, need to sit up. And then if there's need to change the security heads in Plateau State, they should go on and do that, because I'm not really happy the way innocent people are dying in Plateau State. If the security has compromised, then there should be an alternative, or the people will pick arm and protect themselves. If the government cannot protect the people, they will pick arm and protect themselves.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Pono, when the last president was here, that's Buhari, this is one of the things that made people pray and want to draw the days very close, so that he vacates office and let's have another person and see how we can rejig our security apparatus to save Nigeria and Nigerians. And now the man is gone, another person is in the start office, and then it does appear the insecurity issue is not abating in any way.
Yeah, the thing is that I think it was yesterday that I was thinking about the situation in Plateau State, and somehow I thought maybe the former president Buhari was docile because his Fulani kinsmen were fingered. Now we have a president from the western part of Nigeria that is a Yoruba. I have not seen any visible change. There's nothing to show that there's a change. Now I started thinking if the people perpetrating this atrocity have become more powerful than the government, which I think it's a no answer. They are not, but it is the docility of our leaders that is causing these things, and I think Nigeria for now is one problem we have is that we've lost value for human lives. When they talk about 30 people dying, 5 people dying, and things like this, you just begin to wonder if they are talking about cows or goats. So I think it's a minus for the present president. That is just what I will say, because Plateau is not too big for the federal government to take care of. So I wouldn't know why the killings will persist. There's no reason for that.
Okay, they said that the security agencies have been fingered. Maybe they will call on them that this people are here, and nobody will show as usual until they finish whatever they're doing, and then goes, and they will come back and start asking, where are they, you know, the usual thing. Anyway, let's just leave it there. Let's look at the travel of Obiano. What's going on? Money laundering charge. Obiano pleads not guilty and gets bail. So is this okay, Ekwono, I'm still coming to you. How do you look at this issue? He pleaded not guilty.
Yeah, well, that's a normal thing. I don't know. The case is that the EFCC operation in Nigeria in recent time is not just encouraging. So I don't think I have faith in them. Sometimes I see them as a very unserious institution. Many governors have been arraigned just the way Obiano was arraigned yesterday. And you ask yourself, what have we got out of the arraignment? The high-profile cases that we have, the EFCC has arraigned over time. What has been the outcome? So I see this as one of those jamborees. And it's normal. Most cases, most 90% of cases, people, the defendants usually plead not guilty till they are proved right or wrong. So, Obiano, under normal circumstance, that is, in most of these cases, misappropriation and all these financial cases. But I know ordinarily our governors are careless with our funds. Not governors alone, our government functionaries. So I think it has become a culture in Nigeria, and you do it and go scot-free. I know people that were arraigned after 1999 have not been jailed up to today. Ojus Okalo that was jailed was later released, and he was even contesting for Senate presidency.
They're
So
paying him as a senator in prison.
I don't think there's anything to cheer about in EFCC arraignment.
So what do we do? What do we do, innocent? Because it does appear, somebody was saying that if you are stealing money as a government functionary in Nigeria, you should be able to steal enough to, that you will use to settle the people that will call you out when you get out of government. And then get ready to be compensated, because most of the high-profile cases we had with the previous governors ended in Senate.
Well, just like my brother said, these agencies are not serious, honestly, because in Nigeria, whenever you see former governors and maybe senators and House of Rep being witch-hunted by EFCC, just know that their greater days are very close, because the Senate president, everybody knows how and his case with the EFCC, and even some of the ministers serving currently. So anytime EFCC comes for you, just know that your better days are very close.
That's a very bad
because
very bad
the
one
system
for the
we found ourselves is terrible.
Honestly.
The way, just like
you steal public fund and you are compensated.
I was thinking yesterday, if government is sincere, we don't need to borrow money in this country. These former governors and the senators and the House of Rep members and what have you, the money they've looted from this country is enough for us to develop this country. Even if they don't bring us, they should bring 20%. They should not bring all the money they loot. Just 20%. You see this country stabilize, and everything will, take shape. So Obiano being tried by EFCC is just a normal thing in Nigeria. Every former governor should wait for such, because it must surely come. And it's also a sign for the younger generation, because it's so terrible that we are not even learning any good thing from these agencies again. The people we are looking up to are not encouraging. So if you want to be at the top, you just loot money so that EFCC will arraign you, and
It's
you
horrible.
get to the top place too.
It's horrible, very horrible. Okay, no plan to move federal capital to Lagos. This is coming from presidents. I think they're talking for the first time since this accusation from the Arewa Consultative Forum the other day. I think it was on a Monday. And then by Tuesday, the Northern Senators and House of Reps came out, calling out on the Yorubas and the Tinubu presidency. What are you doing? Are you trying to move the capital of the nation from Abuja back to Lagos again? Okay, so how do you see it? And now the president is saying that we don't have any plans like that, though we still have to move the CBN and move, what do you call it? The farm, okay, to Lagos. Yes.
Nigeria is a very funny film theater. The case of moving some of these institutions to Lagos, when it was even, like I could remember in 1998, when the Ship House was built in Abuja, the Lagosians and the Yorubas were kicking against anything that will take the Nigerian Ports Authority away from Lagos. That there's no river, talk more of having a sea in Abuja. Why would you have the national headquarters of Nigerian Ports Authority in Abuja? So all this ethnic interest and what do I call it? Personal interest and vindictiveness that is found among our leaders. I don't think that thing is a healthy development. Well, Nigerians don't talk about the merits of actions and the good intentions of an action. It is just about what it will benefit them personally or as a group. If CBN has the need to take parastatal to Lagos, why wouldn't it be? If tomorrow it is supposed to come to Enugu or to Anambra State, I don't see anything wrong with that. So, but the case is that we are not a country. We are not a nation. We are individuals. We are ethnic champions that have the interest of our ethnic group at heart, not about the growth or the welfare of the country as a whole. So the presidency coming out to say they can. Anything is possible in Nigeria, but the case is that we've lost that oneness, and I think it's time we start bringing ourselves together. We think about that thing that will bring us together, because these individualistic ideas and programs we have by our leaders, because it is our leaders that are often engaged in such things. So that is why the suspicion is there. The Northerners are suspicious of the Westerners. That is just as they have with the Southeasterners. So it's a problem. It's a problem that we need to do something about.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's look at this story coming from Daily Independent. CBN governor hints on a reduction in petrol price and then inflation. The writer says Asha's ongoing reforms will bring positive outcomes, and then says Naira currently undervalued, efforts to stabilize this year. Yes, Ambassador Innocent, do you see this materializing, because there have been so many policies on the Naira and whatever? When they started devaluating and people started asking, how can somebody somewhere will say the World Bank will tell you, what's the name of the other one where they go to borrow money, will tell you devalue your money, and you keep devaluing until your money becomes nothing. Now you're struggling to make it something again. So do you think this idea they have is going to, bring about a good result?
Well, Nigeria believes in it's too much believe in theory. Most of the things we do are not practicalized. The government will always say we will. They will have good programs, and they will have good projects. That if implemented in a country, everything will take shape. But then they will continue, I will. And at the end of the day, it's just a paper thing. It's not practicalized, and then some people will just use it to cash out money from the government purse, and then use it to empower themselves and their family members. So I don't believe, because the government of the day in this country has made me not to believe in whatever the government is saying. I don't believe the government because they are full of lies and deceit. So I just want to live as a Nigerian, and I'm ready as a Nigerian to face whatever comes up, because as a Nigerian you should be ready for any policy. They will tell us that fuel price will decrease, and the next thing you will hear is that the price has increased. So I don't believe in what the government is saying, and the government should know that Nigerian youth don't believe in what they are saying any longer, because they don't do what they say. They will have good projects, good listen, but at the end of the day, the implementation will be poor, or sometimes it will not be implemented. So what the CBN governor is saying is just, he's just saying it for saying sake. It's not practicable.
Okay. Thank you. Let's look at the rest of the papers and then run along. Tribune is our next paper. That's the Nigerian Tribune. And the banner headline says, government defy curfew, kill 25 in Plateau State. Several houses, markets, bonds. We've seen that story in other papers. A very tragic one. I don't know how, when you talk about bodies, these are human beings that die in their numbers on daily basis, and the government is not doing or saying anything. Okay. Edoguba, we've seen the story too. Edoguba aspirants snap Oshimole pick nomination forms. That's whatever is going on there. Aftermath of Supreme Court judgment, fears mount over Lagos waterways assets. Okay, it's been ruled in their favor. Federal government will review concession agreements for 43.2 billion naira by the dry port orders. Dry ports. Where you have water, there's no ports. But where you don't have water, there will be ports. And then it will be labeled dry ports. Ibadan explosion, a number of fatality is still unknown. Persons still uncounted for. That's too bad. Okay, no plan to relocate federal capital. Okay, we've seen that story. Let's look at the last paper this morning, the Daily Times. Furor over alleged plans to relocate Nigeria's capital to Lagos is the banner headline on the Daily Times newspaper this morning. With a writer there, is false alarm, says presidency. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed and see how far it says. 2027, PDP North Akpabio over boast to win Akwa Ibom for APC. And there's a lot of boasting here and there of winning all the states in Nigeria for APC. Whether they want to turn Nigeria to a one-party system, I wouldn't know. The Supreme Court delivers judgment in South Koto Guba Post today. And then Abgashia attacks Tinubu AGF as INEC must snub Supreme Court. Even INEC is snubbing Supreme Court. Okay. Naira grossly undervalued, says CBN governor. We've heard a lot about this. Do something. That's what we want to see, not just talk. Okay, there's a story I want us to talk about before we go. Police to go after LGBTQ members in Nigeria. Yes. Ekwono.
Just one of those things we are talking about. Talking about frivolities. The police that will go after that group, don't you have them among the police? Yes, we have them among the police, and I think, yeah, though I'm not supporting it, it's abominable, it's condemnable, yeah, but it's a matter of choice. Let's talk about our security. Abuja is one of the unsafest environments now in the world. We talk about kidnapping, serial kidnaps. Look at what is happening in Plateau, and you're talking about going for people that are doing their personal business. Or unless it is rape. If it is rape, it will be condemned, it's wrong. I don't support it. It's evil, I know it. But let's talk about securing people's life first. You have something better to do, and you're talking about what does not concern you. Do you have right? How will you know? How will you get at them? Because it is not done in public. And among the officers, you have them. Well, let's talk about police is a security agency. So what they do is secure Nigerians first. Kidnapping, you have a lot of states that are not, a lot of areas, local governments and communities that are not accessible today because of insecurity. They've not talked about it. Robbery and kidnapping have become just as simple as buying bread at a supermarket in Nigeria. That's what's supposed to worry the police. This level of insecurity is too high. Let them talk about it.
Okay.
That's my take.
Is there any other topic you want to talk about as we round off?
Just like the issue of moving the federal capital out from Abuja to Lagos, it's just a normal thing because, the issue of Nigeria, there was a time federal capital was in Calabar. At the time it was moved to Lagos. And at the time it was moved to Abuja. All this because we have leaders who are not sincere to themselves, because, one of the problems why this country might not be well is that each time a leader comes on board, he will do policies that will, help him do things maybe for his people or for his family. Nobody is thinking how to develop this country. Everybody is thinking how to empower his people to be the greatest race or to be the greatest state or nation in Nigeria. So it's possible that the federal capital, because the government will tell you there's no plan for such. Meanwhile, there's plan. All the president needs is just a Lego backing and then lobby the National Assembly, and then some document will be signed. Then
do you see that being possible? Moving the capital
there
back
is
to
nothing,
Lagos?
there is nothing impossible.
With government.
There is nothing impossible.
In Nigeria.
If the president, Jagaban, how he does things now. You know how he does things. If he wants it to be done next week, he can do it, But it's a process, because if we are truly running a true federalism, some of these agencies should, the headquarters should be, distributed. Like you have the Federal Ministry of Commerce headquarters in Anambra State, Onitsha, precisely. You have maybe Federal Ministry of Agriculture in Benue State, precisely. Then the minister will stay there so that but we'll continue to pray for our leaders because it's our duty and responsibility to pray for them.
You pray for them,
Pray
while
for
they
them
enjoy,
so that they will change and then
yes.
realize the fact that Nigerians are going through hell, you know.
Okay, thank you, Ambassador Innocent Ndwanya, a public affairs analyst. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
I also thank you, Chinedu Ekwono, a public affairs analyst. Thanks for coming this morning.
Thank you, viewers.
Okay, and that's where we're doing the cutting on this edition of Press Review today. My name is Sijama. We'll shift to another corner to bring you other programs we'll have for your viewing pleasure today. Good morning.